Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are making oxtail today. Hope you're ready. Okay, just laid out our fresh ingredients here. Um, and the gray is coconut water. You can't forget the coconut water. Now that our meat has been washed with vinegar, lime, and hot water, washed it about 3 times, we are gonna get ready to start adding our seasoning. Okay, with no special order, we're gonna start with our seasoning salt. Then I'm gonna go in with a teaspoon of Scotch bonnet pepper. You can add a tablespoon, but a teaspoon is gonna make it mighty spicy. So just keep that in mind. Next, I'm gonna add in a tablespoon of thyme. You can use dried or fresh. Next, I'm adding a teaspoon of black pepper, a tablespoon of garlic. Then you're gonna mix that in really, really well. I'm also missing some onion seasoning and some garlic seasoning. So if Instacart ever gets here with my grocery order, I will be popping that in as well. And get your hands in there, get dirty, really get that seasoning all into your meat. Because it's really important for the marinade, especially if you want it to taste good. Mm-hmm. Okay, now I'm going to cut up some fresh veggies. I got some green onion. Now we got some green peppers, red peppers. I also added a full onion. A small piece of ginger. And I've added all that into my bowl of oxtail. Next, I'm gonna add in some browning, about a tablespoon of browning. And then we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of ketchup. Now we're gonna get our hands real dirty again and really mix that in. Tossing and flipping and just making sure you're squishing everything into each other and kind of rubbing it into the meat. You want everything to be nicely coated. Now I'm adding in a tomato because clearly I forgot. Now that my Instacart shopper has made a guest appearance, I've added in a tablespoon of garlic powder and a tablespoon of onion powder. And then I'm giving it final toss before I set it into the fridge overnight to marinate. Okay, so now at this point, if you were to add marijuana, this is where you would I add a gram of marijuana. If you don't, just skip this part. So the meat's been sitting in its seasoning all night, just getting ready for the big feast. All right, so jumping in. So first thing you need is to get your pot ready. Turn it up to high heat, and you're going to add 3 tablespoons of oil. Now, while your oil is getting hot, you bring your meat over and you just situate your working space. Once you are certain your oil is hot enough, you start adding in the pieces of oxtail. Now, the reason we're doing this is we want to get the oxtail nice and seared. Just trying to give it like a light fry on each side, just a couple of minutes, just before the cooking process really gets started. Okay, so I added an additional 2 tablespoons of oil. And once you're satisfied and you've left the meat on a couple minutes each sides just to get it brown, you just remove it, put it into a plate or whatever you're using and just set it aside. And then you're going to add the rest of your oxtail into the pot and do the same thing. All right, so once all your meat is nicely seared, you're going to take it from the plate and just throw it right back into the pot. And then you're going to add in all the veggies that were left back into the bowl. I'm going to mix that around. Then leaving it on high heat, I'm going to cover the pot and just let it sizzle for a couple of minutes. Give it a nice little stir because we don't want it to burn, right? So stir it around again. Then we're going to add in our water. You can add about 4 cups of water, or the general idea is to just cover the meat. Once you've done that, just give it a nice good stir. Want to make sure everything's nicely combined. Next, we're going back in and we're going to add another tablespoon of ketchup. Next, we're going to stir that in real well. Next, we're going to drop in about 3 or 4 bay leaves. Then we're going to give that a nice good stir. Then we're going to cover and cook on low for about an hour. Okay, so it's been an hour and I just want to show you guys how it's looking. Let's give it a nice good stir. And then you're just going to add a little bit more water if you choose to at this point. And then return the lid and then cook for about another hour. If you do choose to not add some extra water right now, you're going to have to come back in about half an hour because it's going to start burning or whatever. So now what we're looking at here is after 2 hours. And the oxtail is looking good. The smells inside this house. Pretty soon the neighbors are going to come start knocking. Alright, so I just wanted to let you guys know I added another teaspoon of ketchup off camera. Don't come for me. And a additional cup of water. Just want you guys to see like we're making progress. Final hour. See right there, the meat is nice and soft. But we want it to be like that good old fall off the bone soft. So we're gonna let it go a little bit longer. I think we're gonna go for the hour. Okay, so now it's been 3 hours and the oxtail is looking and smelling like $1,000,000. It is tender, it's juicy, it is ready to come out the pot. I'm just gonna give you guys a little close up as to the readiness of my oxtail. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, that look good. Look at that. Ooh, it's almost like a pulled pork almost. That's how like nicely done it is. But far juicier than a pulled pork. But ooh, look at how nice that looks, you guys. Ooh, it looks good. And then naturally the cook have to sneak a little bite. And it is good. A quick and easy garden salad. Got our lettuce, carrot, tomato, green onion, red pepper, green pepper, some onion. All right, so once your veggies are washed, you're gonna start breaking your lettuce. I'm using some romaine lettuce. Start breaking your lettuce apart. So while we're sitting here using our hands breaking up our lettuce, I just wanted you to know why we're breaking it rather than chopping it. And for me, I do it because it prevents the lettuce from going brown. I don't know if you've ever like put a leftover salad in the fridge. You wake up the next day, it's like all soggy and starting to go brown, and that and breaking it just helps preserve it a little bit longer. And I enjoy a salad every day, so for me, the breaking is far more beneficial. All right, so now we're gonna chop up some red peppers. And we're gonna get some green peppers chopped up and add it to the bowl. Now I'm adding in an additional piece of red pepper and an additional piece of green pepper because I just didn't feel like I had enough. Now I'm just gonna chop up just a small piece of carrot and just cut them into like little slithers. Pop those in there as well. Okay, now I'm just chopping up two small cucumbers, just cutting them both in half and then just slicing them. Pop those in there. Next, I'll be adding in the tomato. Next, I've got the green onion. And finally, I'm gonna add in about a half an onion. Now I'm just gonna season with about a half a teaspoon of salt and then a half a teaspoon of black pepper. Now using your spatula, just your hand, whatever works best for you. Just wanna mix that in really well. Now I'm just gonna add a half of lemon and return to the mixing. Beautiful color. Alright, so now I'm gonna just start plating everything. I'm gonna start with my salad. I just love all this beautiful color. Set that aside. Now I'm gonna plate my rice. Just a few spoonfuls of rice. It's right in the center of the plate. Then I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna start plating the oxtail. And I just come in with a few pieces, just nicely line them up, and just a little bit of gravy, and I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your comments at the bottom, and we will stay in touch. Thank you for watching. And I hope you enjoyed your dinner.